Hello ShapeShift family, we are back with another ball workout for you today. So if you guys have gotten your ShapeShift Pilates prop bag, the ball is in there, or you can use whatever you have at home, or of course you can just eliminate the ball out of the workout and you'll still get plenty of work. So we're gonna start today just bringing the ball in between the knees, and then we're gonna come down onto our back and work on some bridging, okay? So let's have our feet about hip width apart or so, your hands are down at your sides, and as you press your feet down into the floor, bridge your hips up all in one piece. So we're gonna stay up there and squeeze that ball from the inner thighs 10 times. Squeeze 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that squeeze. Bring your butt back down to the floor and then bridge up again. Hold. We're squeezing 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Come back down. Bridge up, tighten the glutes, tighten the thighs, and squeeze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Come back down. Here's our last two. Bridge up, hold, and squeeze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold. Come back down. Last set. Squeeze your ball, push your hips up, hold at the top, and we squeeze for our last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, and slowly bring yourself back down. Perfect. Now go ahead and take that ball out from between your knees, and you're going to place it underneath your right foot, and then come back down onto the ground. Okay. So our feet are still next to each other, just that right foot is is on top of the ball. So again, press down into that ball, bridge your hips up off the mat, and then we're staying in that bridge as you extend your right leg out with the ball, and then bend and pull it back in. Push it away, pull it back in. You're doing a hamstring curl. Reach it, pull it back in. We're doing two more. Reach it out, pull it back in. You've got one more here on this right hamstring. Pull it back in, bring your hips down to the floor, and then just go ahead and shoot that ball. Push it over underneath your left foot, right foot on the ground. And we're gonna finish this off with the other side. Press down, bridge your hips up and hold, then extend that left leg out with the ball, bend and curl it back in. Reach it, hamstring curl back in. And again, inhale, you go out, exhale, curl back in. We're going two more times, and in, one more time, reach and lengthen, curl back in, place your hips and butt down to the mat, and then we're gonna move along to your next exercise.
Okay, moving on into the ab work, we're gonna take the ball, you're gonna put it underneath both feet. You can then scoot yourself around so that you can lie down. Make sure you have some room behind you because you are gonna be reaching your arms overhead to start. All right, now go ahead and take those legs, roll the ball out until they're straight, and you're trying to keep your feet a little more on top of the ball, Gina. There we go. Good. Now the arms are reaching overhead, and then hold it. So we are going to do a curl up or a sit up as we bring the knees into the chest, rolling the ball towards our butt. So we're going to curl up, roll that ball in, tighten up your tummy, hold it, and then go ahead and reach back out overhead, stretch out those arms and legs. And again, we're going to curl up and hold it, and back out. Good. Do 7 more of these. 6, make sure you exhale up, reach those arms long, to try to keep those feet on top of the ball. Good, and then back out. Got 4 more. You gotta really make contact with that ball. 3, 2, good, and then the last one, you're gonna curl up, bring that ball and hold it there for a second, try to relax those shoulders, good. And then start to reach back out, and go ahead and just take that nice stretch, elongating that body, reaching your fingers out over your head, stretch, and your toes out nice and long, legs long. Good. We're gonna go ahead and move on to a little more core work.
All right, we're gonna move on to some ab work. This should be pretty familiar to most of you that come to ShapeShift.
You're gonna place that ball underneath your tailbone. Now you wanna make sure that you're not feeling like if the ball is arching your back or rounding it for you. You should feel like you can maintain a nice neutral spine. It actually feels kind of good to let that ball sit under your pelvis for a second and just let your belly and everything kind of relax. Feels like a nice stretch inside your tummy. We're gonna end up keeping the arms on the floor. You're gonna press into the arms and pick the legs up one at a time into a nice tabletop and hold there. Always adjust the ball if you need to. So we're gonna take the legs and you're gonna extend them out slowly to a 45, stretch and hold, then bring it back in. Okay, we're gonna do that again. Let's go for 5 more. Keep those legs together, keep reaching out, tummy into the ball. Good, last 3. And 2. And last one, come to tabletop, hold there. Make sure the ball still feels secure underneath the tailbone. You are going to keep one leg in tabletop as you drop one leg down towards the floor, like you're gonna touch your toe to the floor. Then bring it back up. Now we're gonna switch to the other side. If you can go all the way down to the floor without arching your back, then go ahead and do that. If you feel like you start to arch as your leg goes down, probably gone a little too low, you wanna keep it in a range where you're not feeling like you are compromising the shape of your spine. We're gonna do 3 more each side. And then 2 more. Good, and then last one each side. Good. From here, we're coming back to tabletop. Everybody's favorite, we're gonna go into bicycle. Now you wanna make sure things are slow and you're kind of over-exaggerating the moves. Lengthen up that right leg to the ceiling. Pull it down towards a 45. You're gonna bend it in as the left leg stretches up, and then it pulls down, and so on and so forth as you're pedaling on the strand in your dreams, because we can't currently. Good, we're gonna do 3 more here going this direction, so we're pedaling forward. And then hold it. Let's go ahead and back pedal. Good. Try to keep that tummy in and your butt is pretty still on the ball. And let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring those knees into the chest, give yourself a little hug, and then we can go ahead and carefully place the feet down one at a time. Remove the ball from underneath your back. Should feel nice, like you have that hole there. And we're gonna move on to the next exercise.
Okay, more ab work, lots of abs today. So take your ball, place it between your ankles, and then you're gonna lie on your back, but notice how I have one leg over the other. So it's like I'm crossed at my ankles, okay? So hands are down at your sides. You can also put them under your low back just to help kind of protect your low back a little bit. And we're gonna go into leg lifts. So squeeze that ball and lower the legs down until you feel your tummy engaged, but your back is not lifting. And then give it a little extra squeeze and lift back up to 90 degrees. So we come down, inner thighs are squeezing, ankles are squeezing the ball. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lift. We're going 2 more here. Reach and back up. 1 more, reach. Now when you come back up, we're holding at the top. Just swivel that ball around so the other leg is on top and crossed. And then we're gonna take it down again here and then squeeze up on your exhale. And again, reach and come down long, no lifting the back, and then up. We're going down for 3, lift up, 2, squeeze up, 1 more time, squeeze all the way back up. Perfect. Bend your knees, go ahead and take that ball out from between the ankles. We're gonna come up and place it behind the mid back. You can also go into the low back or just wherever it feels most comfortable for you, like it's kind of supporting you. And we're just gonna do a standard crunch here. So feet are about hip width apart. We're gonna take our hands back behind our head and then let your head kind of fall back behind that ball a little bit and then curl yourself up. So we're gonna go 10 times here. Great. And 8. Try to keep your elbows wide if possible so you're not pulling on your head or on your neck when you come up. And we're going up for 5. And we're pushing your belly into that back when you come up. And 3, 2, final 1. Okay, this time you guys, I want you to take yourself and twist a little bit to your left side. Elbows are still wide. We're gonna curl up and then just pulse it out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully we're feeling our tummy come back to the center, reset. Go ahead and twist yourself to the right, curl up, and we're pulsing again for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the center. And we're gonna move along to some arm work.
All right, so we're still gonna incorporate the ball, but this time we're gonna use it as a pillow, and we're gonna be doing a little bit of arm work as well. So again, a weight is great. I would keep it really light. You can always just use your own body weight, your own arm weight, or if you have a can of soup or a bottle of water or something like that, you know, around 2 pounds, 3 pounds, I mean, go for 5 if you feel like you're up for that today, that's totally fine. So we're gonna take that ball, you're just gonna place it basically underneath your neck. Get comfortable, that's the idea here. The arm can hold it in case it wiggles a little bit. Now the top arm, in this case we're using our right one, is gonna grab the weight. You're gonna bring your arm right to your side, and what I want you to do is rotate your arm so that your knuckles are facing forward. Your thumb is down, pinky's up. Now you wanna draw that shoulder back and down. Make sure you feel nice and long on your sides. You're not just forgetting about your torso and your core. We're gonna slowly reach the arm forward. Inhale as you reach it. Exhale as you bring it back down. As the arm comes forward, make sure you don't go any higher than your shoulders. You also don't want your weight dropping down to the floor. So if you feel like you can't hold your arm up at shoulder height, then what you want to do is drop the weight. And we're going to go for 5 more. Good. Again, not moving really anything but your arm forward and back. Everything else stays nice and still. Good. And last 3, 2, good. And then 1 more. When your arm comes back to the hip, go ahead and let it rest down for a second. Kind of resituate your shoulder, roll it out a few times if you need, and then the arm is going to be alongside the hip. This time, the inside of your arm faces down to the floor. Your knuckles are facing up to the ceiling. Go ahead and raise that arm up nice and slow. Again, just line it up with your shoulders. Knuckles point up to the ceiling, and then right back down. Good, and we're going to go up for 9. Good, and down. 8. 7. You can always lift your arm up halfway, maybe even just a little lift, whatever is okay with your shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. Go ahead and bring your arm down to the side, and we're going to take the arm, we're going to start to do arm circles. So go ahead and rotate so your knuckles start forward to begin with. You're going to bring your arm forward right out in front of the shoulder and then hold there. Now you're going to lift the pinky side of your arm up towards the ceiling, hold it there, and now the inside of your arm is already facing your thigh as you bring your arm back down to your hip. So again, we're going to rotate, bring that arm forward, lift that arm up, and then bring it down to the hip. Good, we're doing 3 more in this direction. Trying to stay at least a little bit lower than the shoulders as you come and bring that arm up. Good. Last one. Circle it around, bring it to the hip and hold there. Of course, we have to go the other way. The arm comes up to the ceiling, then you're going to cut your arm right down in front of your shoulder, hold there, and then bring your arm to your hip, up to the ceiling, down towards the floor, but not drop below the shoulder, and then to the hip. So you have to hold your arm up, which should start to feel like you guys have been doing something for a little bit, because my arm is getting tired. We got 2 more. And then last one, we're going to reach it up, forward, and bring it back to the hip. Good. You can rest that weight all the way down. We're going to just flip over to the other side, bringing the ball as a pillow, of course. Make sure I don't kick my partner in the face. That would be bad. But yeah, we need to save the money maker. So again, just place that ball underneath your neck. Arm starts right at the hip. We're going to rotate so those knuckles are forward, and then you're going to bring your arm forward and back. Forward. Imagine you're reaching your arm out. You're going to punch someone in front of you. I'm going to go for 4 more. 4, 3. Try to keep your chest open as well. You don't want to start to cave forward too. And 1. Go ahead and bring that arm back to the hip and hold it. Rotate so the inside of the arm faces the ground. We're going to raise that arm up towards the ceiling and hold it. Bring it all the way back in. Good. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The arm comes to the hip, and we're going to start those circles. Knuckles face forward. We reach that arm out, lift it up, circle it around. Good. 4 more in this direction. Last 3. Good. Keep that chest open, tummy in. 2. And 1. Bring it to the hip and hold it there. We're going the other way. Lift it up to the ceiling. Bring it back in front of the shoulder. And around. Good. 4 more. 3, 2. And 1. Good. And then go ahead and rest that arm down. We're gonna move on from the arm work into a little booty work.
All right, we are gonna use our ball and go into some glute work. So for now, go ahead and take your ball and place it behind your left knee, and then you're gonna squeeze it so that it stays there. Then, okay, we're gonna come down onto all fours, but if this isn't comfortable for you, go ahead and take yourself down into a forearm position instead. Okay, if you're on all fours, let's get set up, hands under shoulders, knees under hip. Give that ball a squeeze, and then we're just gonna pick our leg up, reach it toward the ceiling, and then bring it right back down. Squeeze and lift, bring it back down. Squeeze up, back down. We're going for 7, and 6, and 5, 4. Try to keep your core muscles pulled in so your ribs don't flare. We got 2 more. And then this one, we're gonna hold it at the top. From here, little pulses up to the ceiling, heel to the sky for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up there, and then just pulse your heel into your butt. Little pulses into that ball. For 5 more, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knee back down. We're gonna remove our ball, turn ourselves to the other side, and take the ball this time behind your right knee. We're coming back into either that 4-point kneeling position or forearm plank if that's more comfortable for you. And then again, as you squeeze that ball, lift the knee up toward the sky, bring it right back down. Squeeze and lift, lower back down. You're using your glute, not your back to do this work. So you don't want to feel your back extending. You just want to feel your butt and your hamstrings working. And here we're gonna go up for 4, 3, 2, and at the top we are holding and just pulsing up to the sky. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it. Just a little pulse, heel to butt. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down. Remove your ball.
So we're gonna move on to a little upper back work. You have the option of not using the ball at all for this. Some of you who may have little issues with your back and extension, you're probably gonna wanna do this flat down on the ground. Otherwise, you are actually gonna take the ball and place it just right where the rib splits. And you're not trying to put all the pressure on the ball, you're actually trying to lift up slightly off of it. So we're gonna come down, go ahead and get comfortable as you can. And we're gonna place that ball right there underneath the ribs. And we're gonna take those arms, your thighs are staying flat down, tops of the feet try to stay flat down as well. Take your arms up like you're Superwoman or Superman, you're about to fly. Now you're gonna just take the arms from this bent position, straighten them all the way up, biceps by the ears, hold that, and then bend those arms back down. Good, we're gonna do 4 more. Just reach, try to pull the tummy in as your arms reach out, keep your shoulders out of those ears. Good, 3. Good, back down, and 2. And 1, bring it in. Those arms are gonna reach along at your side, palms down. Now the arms are just gonna be like windshield wipers. You're gonna slide them up, biceps come by the ears, you reach out, and then back down. Good, and 4 more. Try to keep those arms up, don't let them drop to the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Good, go ahead and bring those arms up by the ears, thumbs up, pinkies down. Now we're gonna do little Y or V pulses. You're gonna raise those thumbs up, and then bring the pinkies down below the shoulders. Up, and down. Up, and down. For 3, good, try to keep those shoulders out of the ears. 2, good, and then the last one, we're gonna hold it. Tummy in, reach long, shoulders down. Good, and then go ahead and bring those hands down. You guys can carefully lift yourself up off the ball, and go ahead and go into that nice child pose, just to finish up with a good stretch there. And then we're gonna come up off those knees, and we're gonna go into 1 more exercise.
All right, final exercise for the day. It's some core work, but a little bit of balance. If you're not comfortable bringing your legs all the way up to a tabletop, then just feel free to leave your feet down on the floor, and that works just as well. So if you're okay with the balance, we're gonna hold the ball right out in front of our knees, curl the hips back just a little bit, pick up one leg tabletop, really pull your tummy away from your t-shirt, pick up that second leg, so we're in a balance. I'm gonna take the ball in my right hand and pass it underneath my legs to my left hand, reach that ball away, and then I'm gonna pass it again back to my right hand and reach it away. So notice as I'm doing this, I'm only moving my ball and my arms. I'm not actually moving my legs. I don't wanna let my knees sway, and I don't wanna let my feet drop to the floor. I wanna be perfectly stationary and just isolate the core work. So we're gonna pass here 2 more times on each side. And 1 more time on each side. Bring it back to the middle. Go ahead and place your feet down on the floor and lift yourself up to a nice straight back. Good job. All right, just a quick stretch to get us all loosened up after that work. Let's come down first just to a nice forward fold, letting your head and neck release. You can always, of course, bend the knees a little bit or just soften them if your hamstrings feel tight. You can have the feet slightly turned out. Go ahead and walk your hands over to your right ankle. You can give yourself a little pull and tuck your chin to your chest, drop your forehead to your knees. And then let's walk back through center, over to the left leg, same thing, grab that ankle, pull your forehead towards your knee, let your back lengthen, let your hamstrings lengthen. Let's come back to the center. Go ahead and clasp your hands behind your back, and we'll just do a little shoulder stretch up to the ceiling. Release the hands, dangle them back down to the floor, soften those knees a little bit, shake everything out, and then just gently tuck your tailbone, roll your spine back up 1 vertebrae at a time. Pick up those shoulders, roll them up, back and down behind you. You made it. Thank you guys for staying with us through another workout, and we will see you very soon. We're hoping for May 18th to see all of your faces on the reformers. Thank you so much. Have a great week.